Hey everybody, happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve. We made it. Yay. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hey Galenda, listening while sewing. Hope you're sewing something fun. And Martha, thank you for joining me on your ride home commute again. I hope you're driving safe. And hey Brenda, tonight is a PJ night and I'm just listening. We had a funeral tonight for my friend's dad. I am sorry to hear that. Hey Chloe, welcome back. Happy Friday Eve. We made it. So close. How's everybody doing? We took the kids to an indoor water park last weekend called Great Wolf Lodge, and that was a lot of fun. But I feel like I still haven't fully recovered from the Great Wolf Lodge. I'm still tired. And then we all brought back like this little tiny head cold situation, which is great. But no fevers or anything, nothing crazy, just a little stuffy. So you have to have some kind of souvenir whenever you go in public, I feel like lately. I feel you, Chloe. I'm with you. Hey, Tessa, icing your back before heading to bed. Ugh, back pain can be brutal. I had a sciatic nerve situation for like a year, probably like 10 years ago now. And I just remember that like some days it hurt to breathe. So I have a lot of sympathy for people with back pain. So I hope that ice is working wonders for you. And hey, Janine, how's it going? So tonight I'm going to be finishing up some curves for my, let's see, this one's a better picture. Finishing up the blocks, hopefully, for my Pinnacle Pop quilt, baby size. And then so hopefully over the next week I can trim them up so that next Thursday we can sew them all together. We'll see though. I'm moving slow these days. Hey Andy, how's it going? It was a beautiful day here. It was a beautiful day. The moon is also really nice tonight if you can check it out. Very, very nice day. It was nice not having to like worry about the rain, getting the kids on the bus and everything this morning too. Which I'm sure you can relate to. So next week is Halloween. So I was going to kick off the evening with asking, like, are you dressing up for Halloween or what is happening for Halloween with you guys? It's been hard for me to get in my sewing room this week, Chloe. I can tell you that. The moon is big and orange here. Where are you, Tessa? It's not very orange here, but it is big and beautiful. Might be my last day and shorts and a tank top. Cold front coming through this weekend, so we might be done with triple digit temps. That is something I can't relate to, Andy. That is something I cannot relate to. But Andy's in Arizona, so she's living a different life than us in Central New York and Canada. And no, and Tessa's in South Georgia. We're all spread out. I love it. But I'm sure, Andy, you are ready for some fall temperatures in what, like the 90s? Well, I guess I'm curious to Andy when she says, might be my last day in shorts and a tank top, cold front coming through, so it's my last weekend in triple digits. But like, what is shorts weather for you? Because here, when it's like after winter and it hits like 55 degrees, it's shorts weather here. So I'm so curious what somebody in Arizona, like what degrees does it have to be for you to move to pants? Probably is 80 too cold? I will also be in a pumpkin t-shirt or something like that. I like was in Walmart months ago and they had Halloween t-shirts and I bought myself one, like long sleeve. I think it's a long sleeve shirt, but whatever that generic thing is that I bought, that's about as crazy as I get for Halloween. I don't do any of those. It sounds like you don't either, Chloe. Like the family costumes, like that's not for me. Trying to fix a little tiny pleat I made in this block. It's never really a curvy quilt for me unless I have like one or two pleats that I have to. Some of them I just live, but this one I tried to fuss out and I snapped the thread, so I had to fix it. If it's below 80, I put on jeans, and below 70, it's sweater weather. We are living different lives. I love that for both of us, but I think I would, I don't know, just hearing the words 70 degrees in a sweater, I'm already sweating thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Brenda. I'm still in shorts at 80 degrees, 70 degrees. I actually I don't really like wearing long pants in the winter around here because I don't like the bottom of my pants getting wet. And I do sew. I probably could hem my pants, but I've never hemmed any pants. So I will literally wear capri pants and my winter boots like pretty much all winter, just like going to the car or whatever, like running to the store. I only put on long pants when I'm like gonna be outside for any length of time. But if I'm walking to the store, going to get the mail, I'm still in my capris. I have a pink sweatshirt that has a pumpkin on it that will be my costume. That's awesome. I did want to come visit and to QuiltCon, but I'm a nervous flyer. I think I'm gonna go to the one in North Carolina and maybe drive, or maybe try to get some good medications to make it so I can fly. But I'm a nervous. I've only flown once in my life, and I was in a very much a grown adult at the time. I'm just anxiety is just deep, runs deep in my veins. I actually bought this sweatshirt here. This It's just a Hanes sweatshirt that's already covered in thread. I've been wearing it for 15 minutes. So I was gonna try to make one of those like quilt blocks. Like I've seen, I don't know if any of you have seen, I've seen it a lot in Facebook groups right now where they take like the pumpkin patchwork quilt and they applique it onto a sweatshirt. I was gonna try to do that, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how to do it. I'm sure there's a YouTube video for it, so I will be searching good old YouTube. I'm sure it's not that complicated. But yeah, so I bought this sweatshirt to maybe I'll try to make a Christmas tree on it since I'm definitely gonna miss Halloween now. A pink sweatshirt with a Christmas tree sounds cute to me. Oh, you drove to Raleigh last year? It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've driven down to North Carolina before when I was like in my 20s to visit some family down there. So I'm not scared of a road trip. Even though my husband's like driving to North Carolina is more dangerous than flying to North Carolina. Mind your business. My brain doesn't work that way. Okay, sounds like there are quite a few good tutorials out there. Stitch Obsessed has a video about it. And then Andy is saying that she wants to make a sweatshirt with a reverse applique. And Elizabeth from Quilter's Candy has a tutorial on it. And Road to Virginia. I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever. I'm terrible. I don't think I know what Road to Virginia is. But Virginia is even closer to me than North Carolina. I think you have to drive through Virginia to get to North Carolina. Geography isn't my strong suit. Don't judge me. Or are you saying Road to Virginia is gonna be at QuiltCon? Road to Virginia, is it something traveling? If I had to wager a guess, probably I'll Google it later. I'm trying to debate. So Halloween is next Thursday. I think I still might go live even if nobody's, everybody might be busy. I think I'll be home and it'll keep me on track. And then if anybody's winding down after their trick-or-treating adventures, either handing out candy, dragging kids to go get candy, or turning off your light and hiding from the trick-or-treaters, if anybody's doing any of those things, recovering from that, I'll be around. There's a big show called Road to California in every January, and they're having a show in June in Raleigh. Is it 2 Thursdays? Oh my God, you're right. All right, I'll definitely be here next Thursday. I had a headache this morning. Isn't that funny? And I just feel like my brain isn't like my head's fine now. I don't know if anybody has migraines, but whew, I'm out of it. You're right. I'm all here ready to talk about Halloween thing, and it's Thursday. It's in 2 Thursdays. Chloe, thank you. Brenda, thank you. Need help. So I will be here next Thursday, and I think I'll be here the Thursday after, but we can talk about that next Thursday. Maybe I'll have to ask about Halloween candy since I used my Halloween costume question this week. Should have been using that next week. I'm off a week. We're all mixed up. Everybody's mixed up. We don't know what states we're in. We don't know what week it is. We're all together. Yes, Roanoke is in Virginia. Raleigh is in North Carolina. So road to Virginia. Yeah, that makes sense. I was just believing you, Andy. I was like, okay, they're doing it in Raleigh. I'm in. Never even using any critical thought. I'm definitely going to Google that because I would love to head down to Virginia for something like that. I've been to little quilt shows around, local quilt shows, just a couple, like the one that I was in that I think most of you have heard me talk about at length. And then I've been to two other little ones at churches, but I've never been to oh, that's not true. Although it's not very big, there's a museum here in Auburn, New York called starts with an S. And I think it's the arts equal quilts equals art, or quilts equals art equals quilts. You're going to know what I'm saying if you know about it. And I did get to go into that because it's literally 15 minutes for me. And I was like, what is this? This is it's a really big, I don't know, well-known quilt display. So I went and saw that. That was pretty fun. Hi, Paula. Welcome. I'm so glad you found me. Thanks for coming to hang out. Welcome, welcome. So yesterday I thought it was Thursday and I was wondering why you're not on. We're all just confused tonight. I'm into it. This week is just a confusing week. That stinks though. It's way better when you are on Wednesday and you're thinking it's Tuesday because then you're further in the week. But on Wednesday, if you're thinking it's Thursday, you're in for a rough couple rest of the week. That's not the way to go. That's not the direction you want to be confused in. But I am glad you were thinking of me. I'm working my way into your weekly routines. And you're working your ways into mine. Cool. All right. I think I had one other. Oh, so the other question I wanted to ask, but I've kind of already talked about that. And we've talked a little bit. But have any of you, I know we talked about we want to make some of these sweatshirts or who has the tutorials, but has anybody made any quilted clothing? Because I really got this sweatshirt on the brain. I bought this one and I actually bought a second one and they're both pink. Why did I buy two pink? I don't know. I like pink. Why did I buy pink? I have no idea. It's because I buy everything pink. But normally I only wear black. So I'm trying to branch out. So yeah, I definitely want to make some. And I bought a jean jacket that's sitting upstairs because I want to put a quilt block on that. So I just have impulsive bought these things over the last few weeks, and now I got to start doing some stuff with them. So I'm just curious what you guys have done. Janine, good night. Thank you. Get that rest. Keep those kids safe. We appreciate the bus drivers. Good night, and thank you for coming. Yes, I've seen those people who make full coats. Those are really great, but I definitely think I would need to. I've never really sewn any clothing, so I would definitely need to make one out of, scrap fabric or muslin or something first and test it, because I would be scared. Paula has not done any quilted clothing because in Santa Barbara, California, it's a bit too warm here. I believe that. I guess that's one perk for me in New York. We can get a lot of use out of our heavier clothes. Hey, Joyce. Welcome. Happy Friday Eve. I'm so glad this is my last batch of these to pin. I'm not usually a big pinner, but I always pin. I got to work on my no pin technique, but I'm still pinning all my curves. Is anybody working on anything fun out there? Getting there. I have not made quilted clothing. I don't have an interest. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever really make the full coat. Like, I love the idea of adding a block to some clothing I own, but I don't know if I would sew. I have made a quilted bag. I'll have to bring that down next week. A little Alpen, Alpen. I kept calling it Aspen, but it's definitely Alpen bag by Center Street Quilts. I do like that. It's a little small though. I mean, it's perfect. It's a belt bag. It's great. It was easy to make, but I think I would like a little bit of a bigger bag for like soccer practice and stuff, so I can shove some more snacks in it. So I do think I'm going to try another quilted bag. The last homely house did a coat that was basically out of 10-inch squares. And the way she did it looked really easy. I don't make clothes, but I generally wanted to try it. Okay. That last homely house, I don't know if any of you are familiar with that channel. I assume some of you must be. That was one of the very first like quilting kind of channel. Well, I guess not kind of. She does a lot of quilting on there. Man, you just feel like you're hanging out with her. She's so cool, like chill. Actually, I saw one of her videos. I don't know if you've seen it, about making curtains, and I believe they're really small blocks that she has. But I have a curtain rod freshly installed. My husband did, with no curtains, and I'm like really inspired to make some quilted curtains after watching her videos. She has a lot of quilted curtains in her house, and I love it. Oh, Joyce has made clothing since I was a kid, but not quilted clothing. Is that something you'd ever think you'd want to dabble in? Do you still make? I think we've talked about that. I have the worst memory, but I do remember talking about that. Are you still making clothes? I kind of feel like you said you weren't, but I might be getting confused. Ooh, Paula just finished a seahorse quilt. That was pretty fun. It was made of rounded log cabin blocks. That sounds amazing. Did you follow a pattern, or did you wing it? That sounds really neat. I love the way that sounds. A rounded log cabin block. I'm just trying to picture that. Like, what part of it's rounded? I'm so intrigued. Chloe's working on her 2022 Fat Quarter Shop Halloween mystery quilt called Boo Crew. I have to finish the witch's hat and broom, and also a log cabin quilt top. That sounds cool. I think you mentioned that before because I was like, oh, I didn't know that they did those. We kind of talked about mystery quilts, and some of us love them and some of us don't. It is the time. I have those little, can you oh yeah, you can still see I have two little ghosties I made. My friend made the pattern and I tested a couple of blocks for her, and I haven't done anything else with them, and I don't think I'm going to finish anything by Halloween. But I was thinking they would make cute trick or treat bags, but I don't think I'm going to get to that either. Like, I have lots of dreams, but not enough time. Paula just looked at a picture of one. There are pictures on Pinterest. Oh, just looked at a picture of one. Wow, so no pattern? I love that. I love that for you. Your brain is magical. Yeah, we're all curious about your rounded log cabin. And Chloe wants to know what colors you used. I'm interested too. You make one side with thin strips and the other side with thick strips, and it makes it curved. That's so interesting. And oh, she used pink, purple, teal, and dark green. Ooh, that sounds really nice. I love the way that sounds. Are you keeping this quilt for yourself, or you got a gift in mind? I know, it sounds amazing. Paula, you sound very talented. And I do love anything that's got pinks and purples and teals. Oh, the awkward quilter. Hi. Thank you. Going to bed, but wanted to show you some love and hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and I hope you sleep well. Thanks for thinking of me. I give most of my quilts away. I can't find anyone that wants to buy them yet, and I would sell them for very inexpensive. Yeah, it's, people, when I kind of mentioned that I was like starting a YouTube channel and like a shop, like I have a shop on my website and an Etsy shop, because I sell PDF patterns of a couple patterns I've written. A lot of my friends were like, "Oh, let me know and I'll buy one of your quilts." But I'm like, if I were to really make quilts to sell, I'm not quite sure you would be interested in what the price would be, you know what I mean? So yeah, like I have thought that if I continue to write patterns and then you make the samples and then you take the pictures and you use that for Pinterest and blog posts and YouTube videos, then maybe I would sell them at a lower cost to just recover something from them. But yeah, I don't know, like selling them as commission or, pricing them to actually even just recoup your materials, let alone your time, you know, I'm not sure the people in my life would fully understand what that cost would be. See, so there's something to be said for that, Paula, right? Like if you're doing it anyway, you're accumulating them and then somebody wants to buy them, right? Or give them away, like there's something to be said for that, right? It's way better for them to be in somebody's possession than and used, I think, than sitting around. I love that your sewing machine is right in your bedroom and that's what you see when you wake up. What a great way to start the day. Usually I'm starting the day at 5:58 with one of my children way too close to my face going, "Can I have a snack?" Oh my God. Yes, you can have some breakfast. Always. So I know someday I'll miss it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll miss the 5:58. Can I have a snack? Wake up. Ugh, brutal. That happened this morning. Can you tell it's still raw? Still raw. I have to believe, Paula, that somebody would buy those quilts. Definitely $25 is giving it away. But it is work trying to sell them as well, right? Like if you were to put them on Etsy or try to do marketplace or something, it's still a hustle. I think I'm gonna like this baby size quilt. There's somebody at work who's having a baby and she found out she's having a girl. So I was like, maybe I'll um gift this to her since it is all pink and it will be baby size. But I also have been thinking of like, have you thought about like Project Lioness, or I don't know if that's how you say it, the Charlie Brown character. But there are so many amazing options to donate if you're just giving them away too. A lady I met at my bank had to move and gave me 14 boxes of fabric for free. It's all over my mobile home. So you're making those quilts and you're churning them to help get rid of that fabric. Was it all fabric that you really enjoyed looking through? I'm sure it's like Christmas getting that much fabric. I feel like it could be a little overwhelming receiving that much fabric and like what do you do with it, right? Like you have it everywhere. Trying to figure out what to use, what not to use. Yeah, there's many different organizations too that great ones that accept quilts. This sounds like my life, Chloe. You know what? I will take the questions about the snacks at 5:58 in the morning over that any day. For those who are just listening, Chloe says that her 4-year-old woke her up with a poop accident at when she got up for work at 5:30. So needless to say, she was late to work. You know what? My kid's asking for some mini muffins doesn't seem so bad anymore. All about perspective, right? I was literally just talking to a friend and I was saying, I can't wait until like somebody else's bathroom habits aren't on the front of my mind. Do you know what I mean? Like worrying about these children and when they've gone to the bathroom, or I just cannot wait until I don't have to worry about anybody else's bathroom habits. I came home from a trip and my mom and I just spent time looking at it and getting excited. She then gave me 6 more boxes. That is awesome. That is awesome. And I'm sure it gave her a lot of joy over the years collecting all of that fabric. But like, that's also why I try to be really mindful of the fabric I buy because, right, buying fabric and using fabric are totally different hobbies. And you could definitely get to a point where you've got too much and have to start boxing it up to give it away. Which I mean, if it gave her joy collecting it or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we're all grown ups, we do what we want, but it is something I try to think about. Now, Paula, did she stop sewing altogether, or did she have like even more fabric that she moved with her, and you kind of got the fabric that she just like didn't want to move. Those days are long gone for me. My baby just turned 40. Lordy, lordy. So I turned 40 this year, or in April next year. And my dad keeps saying, I don't know how I can I'm not old enough to have a kid that's turning 40. He said that me turning 40 is harder for him to deal with than like his own birthday. I'm pretty sure. Like he can believe his age more than believing my age or something. And I can see that because my kid's turning or just turned 7. And I'm like, how do I have a 7-year-old? So it'll I'm sure it blows your mind when your kid's 40. Like, how does that happen? They were just born yesterday. I mean, I still feel like I'm a kid. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, Paul, staying away from thrift stores. Yeah, I know. It's hard. The urge to collect can be overwhelming. Joyce's oldest is 48. You are no longer worried about anybody's bathroom habits. You're no longer, well, you might still be giving snacks. I feel like you always give snacks when the kids are around, no matter how old they are. Your snacks always taste better at your parents' house. First thing I do when I go to one of my parents' houses, what do they got in their snack sections? She had to move in with her son and his family, so she literally doesn't get to sew right now. Ah, that's too bad. I'm sad to hear that for her. Maybe she can pick up some hand sewing. Us crafters always find a way in the end. Paula, next I am working on a dragon quilt to send to a show called Creature Features. So they can open it during the show just for fun. That sounds really interesting. Man, you're making some fun stuff. I love that. Yes, I agree, Chloe. Like, I feel like if you can't use your supplies, it probably gives you great joy knowing they're going somewhere that they're going to be used, right? Because obviously you don't collect that much fabric without, you know, it being important to you. So that's wonderful that I'm sure she's very grateful that she met somebody that is using and appreciating it. And you're certainly putting it to good use, it sounds like. Man, we got Paula's youngest is 34. Brenda's got one that's 30 and 27. Oh, Creature Features is on YouTube. They show old monster movies. It is based out of Bodega Bay in California. I just discovered it. Paula, you got like some fun facts here tonight. That sounds super interesting. I'm sure they would love to open it sounds like they would love to open a dragon quilt. I mean, who wouldn't, really? I would. And I'm a quilter. If somebody sent me a dragon quilt, I'd be thrilled. So I can't imagine a non-quilter. Now, for the dragon quilt, will you kind of just eyeball that off like Pinterest like you did for the last one, or will you use a pattern? Yeah, I'm gonna check it out too, Chloe. Oh, hi, Teresa. Oh, that's so nice. I just learned about your channel from Donna. Oh, thanks, Donna. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks for coming to check me out. Happy Friday Eve. Yeah, Paula, we're good vibes only over here. Love to hear that. You're doing great things. I made a dragon quilt by Apples. Sorry if you guys are hearing my sniffing. I know it's gross. I made a dragon quilt by Apples. Oh my god, Apples and Beavers for my grandson. I don't know if I've seen that one. Maybe. You might have made that one right after we first met, Brenda. I feel like maybe I have seen that one. I don't know. Joyce wants to know, does anyone besides me like Rocky Horror Picture Show? And I am ashamed to admit that I don't think I've ever seen it. Although it was quite popular when I was a kid. I think I was a smidge too young. And then never like kind of got back into it. Everybody's saying hello to Teresa. Now I see a Teresa and a Tessa. Oh, and it sounds like Teresa is in Idaho. I have to imagine that it's probably getting cold, but we'll see what she has to say about that. Brenda seconds the love of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Joyce. Is this something I should watch? Could I appreciate it in today's age, even having never seen it? I know that there's like jokes that go around with it. I'm pretty sure like I know people that there's something that you bring when you watch it. Is it toast? Or I don't know. I'm probably making a fool of myself. Something. So I know like kind of a little bit of the lore or know that the lore exists, but I don't think I've ever watched it. I'm skipping all over on you guys, but the dragon quilt is made sort of half Dresden's plates curves. I learned it from Brenda at Conquering Mount Scrapmore. Oh, okay. She did a series on curves. Ooh, Brenda, try to remember that so we can Google that later. That sounds awesome. Paula went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show in the 1980s. Oh, and Chloe actually knows the quilt that Brenda did. Brenda just did the coolest swan quilt that had FPP in it and then it was pieced. I don't know how you guys all feel about like sharing your Instagram, but Brenda, if you're on Instagram, Chloe, I know Brenda posts some of her pictures on there and that one was really cool. But obviously don't share any information with the public that you don't want shared. Dress up and bring food to throw. Yeah, I do. Like, I specifically remember somebody saying something about throwing toast. But is it like something you can like can you get the experience of the Rocky Horror Picture Show like on your television, or is this like something I have to go find in person? I mean, I think they still do it in person, right? Yes, Our Song is the name of that pattern. It's just I don't know. I just thought the swan was like I don't know. It seems like way over my head, my skill level at this point. So I'm in awe of it a little bit. That foundation paper piecing is pretty wild. Have you done much paper piecing yet, Chloe? I know you said you're learning. Teresa says it's supposed to get down to 27 tonight. It did snow for the first time too, but it didn't stick. So I'm pretty sure it snowed around here too. I'm in New York today. Just for a minute. Joyce is jealous of the snow. The theater is better. We had a lot of East Coasters, it feels like. Yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show is just pop culture underground fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try get a little taste of it. I do know some of my friends and family do love it, and I always think every Halloween I should check it out. I'm impressed, Chloe, that you're going straight for a quilt your first try. Although I think I have to scroll back up and see exactly which quilt you're trying for the first time. I did a couple blocks. I do want to try some more foundation paper piecing. There are so many cute patterns out there. And I love gnomes. And so I was actually thinking, like, could I find a Christmas gnome to foundation paper piece and then put on my sweatshirt? Like, tell me that's not the cutest thing you've ever heard of. Oh, a lot of people from Idaho or connections to Idaho. Oh, hello. An influx of people. Hi, Jess from So Blessed from Jess. Deb S. Oh, the pug mama, the two little pugs. I remember you from last week. Welcome back. Thanks for coming. Hey, everybody. We're talking about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. For those that just came in. And how you should see it in a theater. And if you go see it in the theater, you should bring food like toast to throw. So we're learning a lot here. Or I am, I should say. I'm being taught a lot. Been pinning a lot. I'm going to actually sew a little maybe. But it's just so fun to chat with you guys. Yeah, Christmas gnomes. So fun. Tessa says it was in the 40s here this morning and I wore earmuffs and 2 layers when I went on my walk. So, especially nowadays, I like my ears to be warm. I'll be wearing my capri pants, but I want my ears to be warm. Oh, Deb worked at the cinemas when that first came out. So but are you a fan is the question. Like, did it ruin it for you? Do you like it? They were just wondering if anyone else loved it. I got a little fold in this one that I just pinned. Come on, Tasha. I'm going to do my best not to complain about this fabric this week. Teresa says, watched it a long time ago. Can't even remember what it was about. Yeah, the cold ears. They get you. My daughter's 4 and we were waiting for the bus. I think it was, no, not this morning because this morning was a little nicer yesterday morning. You know, and it's October here. We're just getting started with wintertime. And she was like, Mom, my hands are cold. I'm like, girl, we're going to have to toughen you up a little bit because we got a long winter ahead of us. So I got to get her some gloves. I got to find all of our winter stuff and pack away all the summer stuff. Probably this weekend. It's time. Sadly. Gotta put away all the furniture and stuff too. Joy says her feet. Yeah, my kids have been playing soccer, outdoor soccer, and a week ago it was pretty chilly. And I was actually searching for new winter boots while I was sitting there freezing, and I got some really nice lined boots off good old Amazon. So when I'm at the soccer fields at 8:15 on Saturday, at least my feet should be warm. And if I have a hood and my ears are warm, I'll be in good shape. $30 this morning. Yeah, Brenda's gonna be putting away deck furniture too. Yeah, we still have a giant floating duck in our pool, so we gotta get our pool situated, all the deck furniture situated. It's always a fun job that we put off to the last minute. But yeah, we definitely saw a couple snowflakes yesterday, so it's time. And when I was a kid, I definitely was like trick-or-treating in the snow on occasion. So although the snow, it's probably global warming, honestly. It just, the winters don't seem as harsh here anymore as they once did. I probably just spoke that into, I just spoke a rough winter into existence, didn't I? Jess is in North Carolina, and it was in the low 50s for the last few mornings. Yeah, I think yesterday morning was in the 30s for us. So, Chloe, my sewing room actually doesn't really have heat either. I'm in the basement. Oh, you can't. Well, you can kind of tell there's a window there. So this window that you can see out my window, that's ground level. So like right out that window is the ground. So it does keep it pretty cool in the summer, which is great because, you know, I'm half underground, but man, in the winter. So I have a little heater, like a plug-in one that's over there. But the hard part is like, one, I either have to remember to run downstairs like at dinner time to turn it on, or the first like 45 minutes I'm sewing every day, I'm just frozen. So it was around 40 this morning in central Alabama. Yep, we're ready. The winter's coming. Hi, Candace. Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. I'm tired. Happy Friday Eve. I wish it was Friday. It is not Friday. Oh, I was going to say hi, Alexandra, but I see everyone greeting you, Zaza. So I'll say hi, Zaza. Thank you. Welcome. Thanks to everybody for coming to hang out. I appreciate you. We started off this live with me thinking that Halloween was next week, so it's been a little rough for me tonight, but we've rallied. I guess I'll show you guys what I'm working on. This is what I'm working on in case you're curious. This is called Pinnacle Pop. It's a quilt pattern I made. I released it a week or two or so, making a little baby size in these colors. These are my last blocks. I'm pretty excited to see it all together. I've only made the throw so far, but good night, Tessa. Thanks for coming. I hope you sleep well. And I noticed last week when I signed off, I think it closes down the live chat. So I'll give a little more warning this week so we can all say goodnight to each other. Because I think last week I was like, bye, and I shut it off. And then I saw like a couple of people try to write goodnight to everybody in the chat, and it was already gone. So sorry about that. It was like the rude hang up on you. It's just like, slam the phone down. Still learning. Oh, Martha, made it home. I am home. I get to attend our HOE meeting this evening. It's only 6:48. Now, when you say you get to attend it, is that like something you're looking forward to attending? Or is it something you have to attend? Or I don't know. I've never really heard, I've never lived in an HOA, but you always see like those crazy commercials about, you know, HOAs. So I never know if like people love HOAs, or I figure people must like them because there's so many of them. I know it's like almost 10 o'clock here, and normally I'm in bed by now. But I wanted to like set up a live time that was consistent, and I knew I couldn't do it at 8 o'clock every night because, you know, most of the time the kids are in bed, but you never know, like one open house or, you know, one activity. And I'm like the type of person that when I like start a habit, I have to like, it has to be Thursdays at 9, and I have to do it every Thursday at 9. And if I miss one, it's like so hard for me to like get back in the habit. So I stay up late on Thursdays. Oh, Martha says she's the vice president of our HOA. We only have 10 members. Everyone is chill, and we're doing our yearly budget. Well, I'm an accountant, and you know what? A yearly budget doesn't sound like a bad time to me, so I'm glad. And that sounds nice. You have a nice little group that you don't mind getting together with. And you're the vice president, so you only got one person to answer to. I like it. I live in the middle of nowhere, so no HOAs around here. I tried to buy a house where hopefully no one could really see me. We do have a couple neighbors. My neighbors are great though, so I like it. When I grew up, my only neighbors were cows, so I'm used to the country setting. Good night, Martha. Paula says, I just bought a new computer, quit my low-paying job, and I'm going into bookkeeping. Fun. Are you going to do like QuickBooks for people? I was an auditor at one point. I am technically I am a CPA, not just technically. I am a CPA. But I've kind of pivoted my career a little bit. So I wouldn't consider myself like a traditional practicing CPA. I still, keep my license up to date and I obviously still use some of the information, but I'm not like up to date on tax codes and stuff. Like I literally have to ask the tax guy at work tax questions, even though I'm a CPA, but good for you. I like numbers. My dad has always tried to convince me to start a bookkeeping business. It is something that I've always thought about, but now I spend all my free time quilting and trying to make YouTube videos, which I don't know if any of you, I made a YouTube video on Monday and posted it on Tuesday, and that has like taken off and I've gotten so many subscribers and it just makes me so happy because I was just like talking about quilting and I just find it like truly unbelievable that people like even tonight you guys just like chatting and we were talking about quilting and talking about life and I just especially with YouTube people find it it's like so exciting and amazing that like I'm just talking about something I love and there's people who it resonates with and they like watching it and I just really am enjoying this whole YouTube journey. Like I love it. Uh-oh, why is my machine going slow? What have I done? Did I move what did I do? Brenda, do you know what I did? My machine's going so slow. Did I click a button? I have a Janome. Is there a button that you click and it makes it go slow? What did I do? Oh my God, it's this slow. I definitely did something. Something has gone awry. I could probably hand crank this quicker. I'm working on learning QuickBooks. I'm hoping it'll be better than food demos at Costco or low-paying receptionist jobs I've had in the past that don't support me. I am determined. Well, I wish you luck. I wish you luck. I think you can do it. You obviously have a lot of motivation. Check your rabbit bunny button. I only know about this little thing slide here and back. All right, I'm gonna back stitch. Oh, okay. I don't know. That is weird. I don't know what is happening. Okay. It just needed me to hear. I swear I didn't make that up. I don't know. I just slid this over and back and it seems to be working even though it was in the same place. So we got it. Yeah, Paula, you can definitely do it. We're rooting for you, Paula. Paul says, I would love to do YouTube videos, but I've been told I'm ugly my whole life, so I can't do it. Guess what? We don't care. This is what I think, right? Because I hated seeing myself on camera. Not that I'm like some experienced YouTuber. I'm new. But I think it's very liberating in your life to be like, I don't give a crap. Like, this is me. You like it. You don't like it. If somebody comments on my appearance, I'm just going to say, that's engagement. Thanks for helping the algorithm. You know, you are who you are. You are who you are, Paula. You're fine the way you are. Let people talk. Let people think. I don't care. I do not care. When I was thinking about making this YouTube channel, I was like, oh gosh, what if like people from high school think I'm like almost 40. What if people from high school think I'm weird? Who cares? Who cares? Do what you want. Did you hit the button that does the stay stitch, Brenda? I don't know. That sounds like maybe something that I might have done. I don't know what that button is. You'll have to text me later. I have not a clue. I really need to spend some more time with the sewing machine. All right. It sounds like maybe I got a stay stitch problem. All right. Thank you guys very much. Viv says, I'm here watching and sewing along. I'm enjoying live stream. Thanks, Viv. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sewing with me. Well, I'm sewing, a little sewing, mostly chatting. Paula, thanks, Tasha. I appreciate you. Were very kind. No problem, but it's the truth, you know? We're all good enough. No matter what society has made us think, we are just perfect the way we are. We are who we are. It was like one of those cartoons we used to watch, or one of those shows like Mr. Rogers. There's only one of you. I don't know. I feel like someone in my childhood used to hype me up. I didn't believe any of that until recently. But I'm living for it. People that say mean things are unhappy with themselves or their lives, ignore them. Yes. And there's a great thing on YouTube that I learned that you can just put hide from channel. So if you have someone being crazy in your comments, you put hide from channel. They think that their comments are showing up, but only they can see them. They don't even know you've done that. So you just hide them. It helps the algorithm give you a little boost and nobody else even sees their nasty comments. Or you can delete them too. But truly, yeah. If you're tearing somebody else down, you got some healing to do. It's a circle on it, and usually beside the reverse. Okay, so it looks like a little bullseye right here. I'm going to click it now. That is 100% what I did. So so now when I click the stay stitch button, how do I like get back out of that? Because that is exactly what I did. Do I just reverse and then is that what fixed it for me? Yes. Okay. That is what fixed it for me. Just keep sewing. Yeah. I don't know, when I'm like putting my foot to the pedal, it just wasn't going. But then when I reversed it and went straight again, it seemed to, because I backstitched and it seemed to work. It only does it once. Just keep going. Okay. Now I know. That's kind of cool that there's a stay stitch though. So does that take the place of backstitching then? Like if I'm starting like a Y seam or a partial seam or something like that where I would normally backstitch, can I just stay stitch? This is very sophisticated. My last machine had nothing like this. This is still, for those who don't know me, this is a new machine to me. And I have not spent nearly enough time with it. I got enough done, and actually Brenda helped me because she has the same machine. She helped me figure out what plate to get on it, what foot to get on it, and what settings to get a 1/4 inch. And that's all I've done. I've had the same foot on it, the same settings. I know how to save the settings. I haven't played with like anything on this yet, and I'm really excited to, but yeah, this is a big upgrade for me. 3 stay stitches, and yes. Okay, I'm excited. I've been backstitching. Very fancy. All right, so it's 9:59, so I'm going to log off here in a few minutes. So I'm going to start saying goodnight, and I'm not going to turn the live off right away so that we all have a chance to say goodnight to each other. But if you're here, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. This is so fun. I cannot believe that people love chatting with me about quilting. It makes my day. You make my day better. So thanks for being here. And I love hearing about the quilts you're making. If you want, in the link of this video, I made like a Tasha Quilts Facebook group. So if you're interested, to show off your, dragon quilts, or what was it? Was it a mermaid? Seahorse quilts. Love to see them. Whatever you're working on, your paper piecing, let us know. Let us see. So as I said, she had a Janome for 12 years. My new Janome had to get the manual out to thread it. Well, thank you, everybody. Good night. Take care. I hope to see you all next week, which is not Halloween. I hope everyone sleeps well, and I will talk to you all next week, I hope. Or soon. Whenever you can come. I'll be here every Thursday. Good night. Thank you, Candace. Thank you if you're still there. Thank you, Candace. Paula, thank you. Thank you. All right. Good night. I think we got enough time.